It is day one of my fourth contract here at Princess Cruises and day one of the 2024 World Cruise. So much has happened today. The first day when you join a ship is absolutely bonkers to begin with, but today, I mean, it's just non-stop. It's 11:30 and I'm just now going out to the church, the crew recreational area. It feels absolutely amazing to be back on board this ship. There are so many people that are still here from when I left, and okay, my vacation was only sort of 2 months, but still really cool to see all these familiar faces, lots of new faces as well. And it's not just the crew, there's so many returning guests. What you find on a world cruise is that guests who do a world cruise often book, continuous world cruises. So there's a lady here, a wonderful lady, who last world cruise made me a bunch of flowers, like origami flowers out of the Princess Pata out of paper. She's here, and she even came into my office to see me today, and she saw the flowers and she's like, I made you those? And I said, yeah, I couldn't throw them away because they're so fantastic. There's a guy here from Leeds, a guy called Don. I remember everything about this guy because he was very, very open with his history with women last time I met him. He's on the world cruise again this time, and literally within about 10 seconds, he's talking about this one time he bought 150 pills of Viagra. Classic, wonderful guy, hilarious guy. But yeah, it's honestly like I've never left this ship. The guests on board this ship have booked 111 days worth of a world cruise, so there's a big sense of adventure. And everyone is in this adventure together, the guests and the crew. A world cruise is so spectacular, so many really cool, interesting ports. It's just already one day in, a really nice vibe. As far as my day has gone, it has been absolutely insane. When you first join a cruise ship, there's so many things you have to do, so many hoops you have to jump through. I only joined the ship today at about 1:30 in the afternoon. I spent about 2 hours just waiting in the terminal, waiting for our crew manager, our crew team to let me board. End of the day, they are very busy as well. They've not just got to bring on the new crew, the old crew have got to sort of leave the ship as well. So the morning was just basically spent hanging around waiting. I joined the ship. I met my new team. There is a current Future Cruise consultant on here. Her name is Coco. And we have two Future Cruise specialists. All these people are brand new. The team I had last time have gone home. Me and Coco will have a 2-week handover, which is such a good idea. We never used to do a 2-week handover. It used to be about 30 minutes. So we've now got a whole 2 weeks to sort of pass the baton when it comes to this cruise. And then I inherit my two Future Cruise specialists, a guy called Engin and a guy called Andre. So I got a Serbian and a Turkish guy. So cool to meet the new team today. Tomorrow we're going out to the Bayou Cafe for a team bonding meal, and then in the crew recreational area as well. We've decided we're gonna rebrand the crew recreational area to the church. I can't be bothered saying crew recreational area. It's about 15 syllables every single time I'm talking about going to the bar. So it's now going to be called the church, FYI. I then came back to my cabin. I had some unpacking to do. I had loads of ironing to do. I've got about 15 shirts here, but when they've all been, crumpled into a suitcase for the best part of a month, because don't forget, I've spent a month in Mexico before I came here. My shirts have been absolutely crumpled to bits inside a suitcase. And I've got about, 15 shirts. Took me about an hour today just to iron all these shirts. I've had to unpack into my cabin. I'm in a temporary cabin right now. This is not my regular cabin. I'm in the IT manager's cabin. Where the IT manager is, I have no idea, because Coco, the current consultant, is in my cabin. She will leave in 2 weeks and I will re-inherit my cabin. It's all very confusing. First segment of the World Cruise is a Panama Canal segment from Fort Lauderdale to Los Angeles. The World Cruise is broken down into 5 segments. We do Fort Lauderdale to Los Angeles, Los Angeles to Sydney, Sydney to Dubai, Dubai to Rome, and Rome across to Fort Lauderdale. I do all these sort of sections together. It makes the whole world cruise. So it's day one of this Panama Canal cruise. There's a few people that are here just for the Panama Canal, but I would say about 80% of guests are here for the full world cruise. I did also, however, bad news, have a mini heart attack this afternoon. After getting settled and meeting my team, I got a phone call from our crew manager. and he said, "Hey Sam, you understand that the medical you've given us is a photocopy and out of date. Now, a medical has to be, when you provide the documents to the cruise ship, the medical that you have to do to make sure that you're fit and healthy, you can't give them an electronic copy, you cannot give the crew office a photocopy, it has to be the original document." And then he also told me that this document was out of date, and I am absolutely terrified because without this document, I cannot legally be here. I am panicking, thinking, you know, it's day one of my contract. I'm gonna have to go home in like 2 days' time when we hit Cartagena because I can't be here without this medical. Anyway, false alarm. It turns out I gave him last year's medical. The actual medical that he needed was in my rucksack, so I gave it to him, and we're all well and good. I also only managed to lock myself out of my cabin 2 times today. When you work on a cruise ship, you are issued a crew ID. This is basically your key card for everything. It's your door key, it's what you use to buy drinks, it's your ID when you're getting on and off the ship. This thing is basically, you know, your Bible. You lose this, you're in serious trouble. It's everything that you need on this little card. However, when you join a cruise ship, this card isn't instantaneously ready. So the crew office, they give you a temporary key card, which should just opens the door. Now, besides this crew ID, we also have other cards that we are given. As a manager of a department, I have a special laundry room, which has a little key, and I have another key which allows me to access the back office of the reception area. So I have like 3 cards, okay? However, during my complete confusion of joining the ship, I left my cabin this afternoon, not taking my door key, I took the laundry key. And I couldn't get into my cabin until about an hour ago. For a little while, I was contemplating, I'm going to sleep in the laundry room tonight. But fortunately, our night manager managed to solve the problem. So yeah, absolutely insane day. I am more than ready for bed, I'll be honest. I would quite happily just get in bed and sleep. But it would be an absolute crime not to go to church and visit all of my wonderful friends that I have missed. It's going to be really nice in that crew bar. The amount of people that I walk past down the corridors, and they look at me and they look at me again and they're like, "What are you doing here?" It's a really nice and strange sensation. So I will keep you all updated with the first section of this world cruise as we go through the Panama Canal, and I will see you in a few days' time somewhere in Central America.